what type of neighborhoods and markets are you looking at specifically for geo-farming?
So I want to make sure that it's an ideal client for me, someone who my marketing, my personality type will speak to. I want to make sure that my return on investment is going to be there, that like the average price point is where I want to operate in. I don't really I've sold mobile homes, but that's not where I operate heavily in that
Yeah.
space. I don't think the juice would be worth the squeeze for me,
So
right?
you're looking for that ROI.
Yeah.
That's where you can essentially feed your family, not just put
Yes.
all your marketing dollars into
Yeah.
some. You need that ROI on the back end
Mm.
to say, this is a viable neighborhood, this is a viable market, and I'm
Yep.
going to lean into this.
Yep. Exactly.
So Kelly, with the 8 modules and like the 9 metrics, can you take the listeners through some of those modules
Sure.
and share with them what value they're going to get?
Yeah. 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 So basically, we go over the 9 metrics, how to pick the geo farm, because like I think I mentioned before, a lot of people will throw a few dollars at it, say, oh, geo farming didn't work. I'm going to try a different lead pillar. I'm going to go all in on open houses. I'm going to go all in on paying for Zillow leads, things like that. Any sort of lead pillar that you take on in sales and any sales, it's not even just specific to real estate. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
It takes time. The rule of 7 in marketing, the average person has to see your face 7
7
times
times.
to start
Yep.
making
A connection.
a buyer decision or so, which I think even they've upped that number because we're bombarded with so much marketing material now.
All social.
Yeah.
Probably.
So really, I take you through a very focused journey on what your marketing pieces should look like. So we go over print collateral, what that should look like, the cadence of it, so that you're not just throwing out one piece a quarter and hoping for the best and seeing what sticks. So we're going to go over print collateral, what gets sent out and what modality via snail mail, through delivery straight direct to door, things like that, what to include in those pieces and why you include. I'm not one of those people who's, here's the mama's best apple pie recipe. That really has no connection to real estate. It's fun. And yes, it gives you repetition. But if you look at my marketing pieces, I'm big on like the DISC assessment or like personality assessment.
Oh,
So
yeah.
each section on my newsletter touches a different personality type because like the engineers at Intel, my fluff part about like community events, that's not going to speak to them, but the charts will, and like what interest rates are doing.
Yes.
So I try and have different pieces like that on my print collateral. But to close the loop, we go over print collateral, what I do on social media, the cadence of that. We talk about ads, we talk about AI, how we can get a lot of this automated so it's off your plate. We talk about pop buys and community events, how to plan a community event, how you can loop in other small local businesses so that it takes a little bit of the financial burden off of you, things like that.
Yeah.
We touch on all of that to have a very robust marketing campaign that is sustainable. The return on investment is there. And so so that basically you can get to the end user way faster.